Hello, everyone. It was FOMC decision day on Thursday for the overall market, and basically, what we expected to happen happened at big wave trading. Most of us were in consensus agreement that we weren't going to see Janet do anything at all. And at first, it looked like the market, of course, it responded bad at first, but we always know that there's a whip period. But, after the initial first part of the move, it looked like stocks were going to rally and have a powerful day. And I expected us to close like right at the 50-day moving average. However, by the end of the session, we sold off, and we got a pretty big exact reversal, exactly where I thought that we would see a reversal. Now, is it going to lead to a pullback and a retest of the lows? That would seriously cause the most max pain, I think, because I think everybody's bought into this rally here. Like, they really do believe it. But there's also a lot of bears. The Bulls Bear Survey, Investors Intelligence, clearly indicates that. AAII, the percent of people looking for a correction, Investors Intelligence, the VIX hitting over 50 on 824. So we did get quite a bit of fear. So if we back and fill this a little bit more in lower volume and then start to run higher, get back above the 5200-day moving average, obviously our models are going to switch to at least a neutral, if not a buy. But for now, they still remain under a sell signal on the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ 100, I thought, was definitely going to switch to neutral today. But once again, as you can see, even a bigger reversal. This index even got back above the 50-day moving average before basically closing flat. So all of these indexes are still under sell signals. The Russell 2000 is failing right at those August former support, now resistance levels. If you draw a straight line across, which is coinciding with the 50-day moving average, the S&P 500 is also reversing. Remember, I told you if it did it on higher volume, I was going to look to start shorting this market heavy. The only issue is I need signals. So I did get one signal, and we'll go over, and I got some kind of signals. But if this market's going to really fall apart, I believe that, we're not just going to reverse straight lower here. We're not symmetrically inclined to do that per se. So that being said, our new long positions did overall well today. I got shaken out intraday in one EFSC, hit 50% of my limits by going below 915 before, of course, rallying back, which that's a good sign for the other half. And then kind of messing up, though, EIRL. I know that you see that 40.97 was the high day and 40.91 was the low day here, but it was only at 40.91 for 2 minutes, a few thousand shares traded hands, and it was weird. It was like it was frozen there. No other trades at any other levels took place, just a block of 3,500 at 40.91. And then it popped right back above to where it was at 41.08. So even though you see it going into this price range, I didn't get filled, but that was the only long position not to get filled. Of course, it's one of the better overall outlier moves on the day, go figure. But another new long was QURE in the speculative area. It's a speculative long position. After hours, it's up 14% now. So, it's hard to fight the feeling that we're reversing here when at the same time we got stocks running. So if you want a mixed market, we've got it, because not only does it look like the market's reversing here, but of course we have long signals this evening. Now the best long signal, it's not the best, but the highest quality signal overall is VRX. This is a CanSlim quality stock that's also a perfect speculator scan quality stock. And it was confirmed in my high price scan, which really isn't a confirmation scan. It's more of a scan that just looks at higher price stocks. VRX is one of them, but technically, hey, it was in another scan. But 1% CanSlim, 1% perfect speculator. No way we increased the signals with today's intraday reversal and on heavier volume with us still under operational sell signals on our entire average models, market averages models. Wow, I just can't talk. I'm very tired today, by the way, everyone. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep overall. And then also, we got another long signal, but this one's kind of a sneaky long signal. IRMD is in my CanSlim scan. As you can see, no pocket pivot point signal, and that's due to this volume back here, which was 46,000, which was higher than 43,000. If you get rid of that day, though, today's a pocket pivot point signal, but tight price consolidation right off the 50-day moving average. Only going to risk about 2% to know that I'm wrong on half the position. Obviously, I got to risk more before I'm wrong on the entire position, but 7% on a 1% position isn't going to be that bad overall. But IRMD, it's only going to be 1%, nothing more, because unfortunately, it's a very thin stock, and I just don't want to get heavy here. I know that long positions I raised them up to 2%, but I did that yesterday, and with today's reversal, I just want to go ahead and back off again. That's why VRX isn't going to be like, 4% per se or 3%. It's just going to be 1% for each position. At IRMD, CanSlim Quality, if you look at the earnings and sales growth, quite explosive in the most recent 2 quarters, and more is expected for the rest of the year and next year. So it's good to go to me. So 1% IRMD, 2% VRX. And then also ANAC, Perfect Speculator quality name, not CanSlim quality, not confirmed anywhere else, but a pocket pivot point signal confirming the earlier pocket pivot point signal off the 50-day moving average. This stock's been in a nice uptrend, and it's been an amazing winner. Unfortunately, I got shaken out of the position and had to rebuy it back around here with that pocket pivot point signal. But if you guys are, in the good camp and you're still long from the initial long signal, which, why the hell can't I find where it's at? I think it's right here. That can't be right either. I have no idea where that initial long signal is, do I? Maybe that is it. I can't even remember. Here's how I'll remember really quick. God, can you tell I'm tired? It's making this video longer. So where's ANAC? Okay, I was there. I was correct. So ANAC, off by 3 percentage points. 324% gain since the original long signal, but I was shaken out back here in August, put back on the position. But today is an official ad signal. 1% of the account capital in ANAC for being perfect speculator scan quality. And so VRX 2%, ANAC 1%, IRMD 1%, and then there is a hedge signal. So the better hedge signals on the index side is DOG and SDOW. These were pretty big volume moves off support overall, but I don't like them as much as SOX-S for one reason. The volume surge is the same in DOG and SOX-S, but the BOP surge in DOG went one way, SOX-S it went the other. With DOG, it doesn't seem like we get as much bang for my buck, and with all the recent long positions, I want to take a leveraged hedge position. So I'm going to use SOX-S since it's giving a strong signal here. Sorry guys, that indicator arrow just bothers the shit out of me, so I'm kind of anal sometimes about some weird things. So SOX-S, love the move off the 200-day moving average. We'll know we're wrong immediately. If it moves below 52.07, the signal's false. I'm not going to use 52.07 though. I'm using 51.70 as my final sell stop level. You can cut it up in half, 52.07. 51.70. That's what I'm going to do personally because that's how I always do things. But SOX-S, I want bang for my buck in case we do have a reversal here. And if we do sell off again tomorrow, maybe then we'll get ad signals in SQQQ, but I can't buy that. You know what I mean? And my TEX-S, it's up today, but if you just look at the pattern, and BIS is a 50% end-of-day sell signal, I got taken out of 66% of my position today as it hit 2 separate sell stop levels, and now I'll change what remains on the book to half below these lows, the August lows following the signal, and then today's low a day. So that's where now that remaining current third of the position will be now split into half with those 2 levels. But that's basically it. There's other stocks that I flagged, TSRO, pocket pivot point signal, but not closing near the high day. HZMP is nice, but it's up too much in the day, and overall on an arithmetic chart, you can see it's a very outside average true range. HME, just not strong enough. I needed to close above that most short-term recent resistance for that to have been a signal. And then Falk, nice move. EDUC is very early. Going to probably end up putting 0.5% of my account capital in that just to have some of it in case it does continue to base sideways and break out. But that's huge accumulation on the upside. Lower volume overall as it pulled back, and now volume's picking up while having Max Green bop the whole time. So, maybe it's a runner. It's super, super thin, so maybe it could be a runner. So probably 0.5% the account by the end of the night. But also TWOU. Nice move, and ERI, nice move. So, there were some moves out there, but it's not that great. But VRX 2%, IRMD 1%, ANAC 1%, SOX-S hedge 2.5%, and then why not? I don't risk much on any of these to know I'm wrong, so I'd rather take it and be wrong than not take it and miss out on a potential winner.